Hi Year 3, this is Tuesday's maths lesson. Now, yesterday we were focusing on multiplication because we've done our subtraction and our addition last week. Let's just have a quick recap of what we learnt yesterday. So yesterday we were looking at a bar model like this, and we were looking at it to try and pick out the bits of information that were telling us which multiplication number sentence it was representing. So the large bar at the top is our total, it's our largest number. So we know with the multiplication that must go at the end because the number gets larger. You start with a smaller number, you're multiplying it by something, and the number gets larger. Then we look at our bottom row to find out how many groups of something are giving us the answer 30. So remember, this operation has got many different words that mean this. So we've got multiply, multiplication, times, groups of, lots of, repeated addition. They all mean multiply. I like to use the word groups of because that helps us with this bar model. So we have got 1, 2, 3 groups of something which are giving us the answer 30. Then we look in each of the groups. There's 10 in this one, 10 in this one, 10 in this one. So 3 equal groups of 10. So this is telling us 3 lots of 10 is making 30. 3 times 10 is 30. Okay, we did that yesterday. Now we're going to move on to division today. Now we know lots of different words that mean division. We know sharing, we know divide, we know sharing between equal groups of, we know repeated subtraction. They all mean this. And this is actually the inverse, which means the opposite of multiplication. Okay, they're the inverse. That's a posh word for you today. So let's look at this bar model. Let's see what division this time we can work out from this bar model. Now we've got a number at the top, we've got 8, and then we've got 2 groups underneath that we're sharing between. So with a multiplication, the largest number was going at the end of the number sentence because the number was getting bigger. But with division, we have to start with a larger number and then we're sharing it out so the number gets smaller. So I know this number 8 is going to have to go at the start of my number sentence. This bar model is showing 8 shared between something gives us the answer something. We don't know. Now you could do this. In year 2, you would draw out sharing circles and you'd share out 8 dots. We're going to move on from that. We don't want to do that anymore. We could share out the dots between these 2 chunks of the bar underneath if we wanted to. So we could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But you might have already been thinking of your halves. Half of 8 is going to give us what would go in here because we're dividing by 2, sharing between 2 equal groups. So I know I'm sharing between 2. So 8 shared between these 2 equal groups. Lots of you have probably guessed this by using your halves and your doubles. I can see 4 in this one and 4 in this one because we know half of 8 is 4, 4 and 4 is going to give us 8. So what do you think we're going to put here? We're going to put a 4. So this is showing us that 8 shared between 2 is giving us 4. Now that we know that, let's go back to our recap from yesterday because these bar models are looking very similar. So this bar model can show us a multiplication, but it's also showing us a division because they are the inverse, the opposite of each other. So let's use the same method again. So we've got a larger number that we're going to share between something to give us a smaller number. So I know this larger number has got to go first, 30. 30 shared between these equal groups. Well, how many equal groups are there? There's 1, 2, 3. 30 shared between 3. And how many is in each chunk, each group? Well, there's 10 here, 10 here, and 10 here. So 30 shared between 3 would give us 10. So this bar model can show us a multiplication number sentence, and then it can also show us the inverse of this one and show us the matching division that goes with it. So this bar model is showing me 3 multiplied by 10 equals 30, but also 30 shared between 3 equals 10. Let's crack on with some of these other ones then. So this one, what division number sentence is it showing us? Because we've got a divide here. So we've got our largest number. This time it goes at the start of our number sentence, because when we're dividing, the number gets smaller. So I've started with 25. How many groups is 25 being shared into? Let's count the chunks. 1 chunk, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're sharing between 5. And how many in each chunk? Well, I can see that it's 5. So 25 divided by 5 equals 5. Some of you might be up for the challenge and might be able to spot the multiplication that goes with it. But if you don't worry, because we're going to go on to that tomorrow. Let's have a look at this one. What information is it telling me? It's telling me that there's a larger number that's 12. It's telling me there's some equal groups at the bottom and there's 4 in each one. When I say pause, I want you to pause it and have a go at that number sentence without my help, and then we'll check it together. Are you ready? Pause. Now, I hope you had a go at that. So we've got our largest number, so that's going to go first when we're dividing because the number's getting smaller. And that's 12 is shared between 3 equal groups. So I need to put my 3 equal groups there. And in each group there is 4. 12 divided by 3 equals 4. It's telling me that 3 equal groups of 4 is the same as 12. Let's have a go at my challenges, same as yesterday. There's some information missing. Let's see how you get on. Right, let's have a look at this bar. When I say pause, I want you to have a go at it. See if you can work out what's missing. Pause. Right, let's hope you had a go. So, the top bar is the larger number. And remember, when we're dividing, the number's going to get smaller. So we need to start with the largest number. So let's put 18 there. 18 shared between, well, how many equal chunks have we got underneath? That's right, we've got 3. And what would that give us? 18 shared between 3. Well, we can use our 3 times table here to find out how many 3's make up 18. Are you ready? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Brilliant. So 6 would need to go in each of these. So 3 equal groups of 6 would give us 18. So 18 divided by 3 is 6. Now this one, when I say pause, I want you to have a go. Pause. I hope you had a go. We've got our largest bar at the top, which is telling me that I've got 100. So that's going to go here. And it's dividing by sharing between 2 equal groups. So I'm going to put 2 here. Okay? Now this is where you can use your knowledge of halving and doubling, just like we did with this one up here. If you're sharing between 2, it's the same as halving. Half of 10 is 5, so half of 100 is 50. So 10 divided, oh sorry, not 10, 100 divided by 2 gives us 50. Right, if you go to shared files again, there's an activity sheet that's got some more bar models like this, but this time you're finding the division number sentences but match each bar. Remember, your largest number needs to go first when you're dividing, as the number's going to get smaller. Good luck.